Hi everyone. For this assignment, I'm going to be extending, illustrating, and sharing the technology that I have landed on for my final project, Classroom Connect. So to get us started here, I wanted to share some developments and basically how I found out about these technologies was through two classmates, Pam Duran and Helen Lane. They met with me outside of their busy work and class schedules to explore several virtual reality platforms that they think would be appropriate for my final project. So the two environments that we looked at were Frame VR and Mozilla Hubs. And these would basically just act as settings for my final project. After sifting through both of these, I decided that Frame VR was just a better fit for my audience and goals for Classroom Connect. So Frame VR is going to act as the virtual environment or setting. And then Ready Player Me is an avatar-based creation system that I'll get more into in a little bit. So what is Frame VR? So Frame VR was created by a company called Verbella, and their mission is to redefine and reimagine work and education environments. So they created Frame VR as a way for people to duplicate their workspaces, such as an office or a classroom, and host the same educational and rich experiences through their VR. So, one thing that I looked at was just some reviews of Frame VR. After experimenting with it a little bit, I just wanted to look at other features. And here's a list of the features and functions of Frame VR, bulleted listed here. I'll just give you a second to read over those, but I'm going to go more in depth at them in a minute. But this article comes from XR Today, and it basically just goes over how well and how effective Frame VR is at establishing a creative and collaborative environment. The next thing I wanted to do was look at applied academic practices. So I was YouTubing keywords such as Frame VR education, Frame VR K through 12, and I happened upon this man. His name is Greg. I'm going to call him Greg K because I don't know how to pronounce his last name. And he is a principal and a director of technology in his respective school in Massachusetts. And he posted a video. I'm assuming this is before he accepted a principal or an administrative role, because he talks about how he uses Frame VR in a social studies setting. And I showed this clip just because one of the functions of Frame VR is a laser. And I think this laser would be really useful when teachers are conducting professional developments or seminars within Frame VR, so that way they can direct audience's attention to particular spaces. But he showed how he uses it and how he creates his space to best fit his learners. I have tried to record this video a few different times, going into Frame VR to show you Classroom Connect so far and what it looks like, and to give you an example of some of the functions. I think because I am recording my screen and I'm also recording myself and recording Frame VR, it hasn't worked out in my favor. So I'm going to share some screenshots I have with you over the basic functions and how I plan to use Frame VR to turn Classroom Connect into a reality. So here I have my focus on avatars, and circling back to Ready Player Me, I want to go over how I want my avatars to be perceived in the virtual world. So over here on the left-hand side, this is what avatars look like in Frame VR. So they give you just a basic human face. You can also be a robot if you want, but I'm looking for more of a professional setting. So this is what they give you. I customized the hair, the eyes, but I still felt like it was a very generic view of a person. And I'm really big into inclusivity and celebrating all cultures and all ethnicities. And I felt like Ready Player Me, on the right-hand side here, did a better job of capturing what I look like as an Italian American, just like how I'd want other cultures and ethnicities to be represented within Classroom Connect. Something that was really cool that I wanted to share about Ready Player Me was that I initially inserted this profile picture of myself into their system, and they curated an avatar for me based on this photo. I did tinker with it a little bit. I might have just been getting picky, but I think that it's really cool and important that they offer that level of customization, just because I feel like it's important for us to see each other in a virtual space as we are in real life. So that is how I incorporated Ready Player Me into my Classroom Connect final project via avatar. So now this is what my final project looks like so far in Frame VR. So I did not create this setting. I didn't create any of the furniture or spaces within this picture right here. This was a frame that was already created through Verbella that I just put into my space because I thought it fit the best. So if I'm looking here too, these blue lines are a function that I think is really important for my final project. So when you bring your avatar and you move within those blue lines, the sound is confined or contained in that space. So for example, people that would be in these rooms or these classrooms wouldn't hear what is going on in this little section here with the 4 chairs and the table. And I think that's really important because with Classroom Connect, teachers are going to be hosting seminars and attending seminars, and we don't want any noise pollution to happen during that time. So I thought that was a really cool feature that Frame VR offers, especially when working with a bigger setting and a bigger population of users. So now here are some more features. The microphone option is used so your avatar can speak aloud and others can hear. And one thing that's also really neat about Frame VR is that my avatar's mouth moves and other avatars' mouths move when you're speaking. This megaphone option acts as a way for administrators such as myself to project my voice so everyone can hear it. So when I click this option, no matter where they are in the space, whether they be in this sound square or a sound square in here, it will be projected. So I can let them know, oh, hey, we're moving to classroom 2, for example. So that's something I would use if I wanted to end a professional development or just move on to a different activity and they can all hear me. This is for my camera to be projected onto Frame VR. So like how I have my little square over here in the top right-hand corner, my webcam can also be projected in Frame VR. When looking over to the plus sign, this is something I'm going to be planning on using a lot, actually. So when you press this plus sign, this screen of different options pulls up for you to add assets to your virtual reality. And one thing that I thought was really cool was the poll option. So I plan to use this for feedback regarding different seminars. Another thing I plan to use is whiteboards for collaborative spaces. When people are giving seminars, they can use the whiteboard feature to showcase some of their points. And they can also have audience members write on the whiteboard if necessary. There's a streaming screen, so I can stream videos. And there are some other features within here that I'm still tinkering with, but the main ones are polls, adding videos and images. Oh, and Spawn Spot is actually a really cool one too. That's where I can create basically a teleportation from one room to the next. So all in all, I would say that I'm still in the early stages of figuring out exactly what features I'm going to use and where in each of the classrooms in my virtual reality setting, but now I have a better idea of what it's going to look like. So I'm still looking for any suggestions, any feedback that you may have for me, but I hope you enjoyed this video and I look forward to your projects too. Hope you have a nice day.